Hello, everyone. I am finally live. Oh, gosh. Thank you so much for being here and being so supportive. This will be my third podcast. And today we are going to talk about the original Xbox and our experiences with the original Xbox. So, oh my goodness. So, 1 minute here. Everything looks blurry. That's lovely. All right, you guys, I'll be back. Of course, there's blurriness. All right. Uno momento. All right, we'll try this again. Anyway, so today we will be talking about our very first experiences with the original Xbox and our thoughts on them graphically and how they ran. I didn't get a chance to do my little research because I was so busy tinkering with technical stuff all day. But the original Xbox came out in 2001, I believe. So I was working at a gaming store at the time, and I was able to actually feast my eyes on the very first Xbox. So that was a pleasure and so amazing. 1 minute, let me make sure my mic is on. Yes, it is. Good. Anyway, so when I worked at the gaming store at the time, I remember that my boss was all, so just to let you guys know, you guys can put in your pre-orders for the original Xbox and the games that you want with them and so on and so forth. So I was like, cool. So, hey, Spooky, my love. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I just finally went live.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Welcome. I was just explaining to those that are just tuning in that we're talking about the original Xbox and our experiences and what our thoughts on them at the time graphically and everything internally about them, how they ran and all that. So if you hear noise in the background, ignore it. So anyway, so you're fine, babe. I'm the one over here, you know.
Hello, everybody.
So
hello, everybody. I can't see the chat at the moment, but I will be able to see the chat very soon.
Oh boy. So anyway, it's fine. There's a whole bunch going on right now. Anyway, so at the time when I was working at the gaming store, at the time I was able to pre-order the original Xbox and 3 games that I was interested in, which was Halo Combat Evolved, Mad Dash Racing, which are a whole bunch of different animals that race on foot, and they race to like techno music like Fatboy Slim and the Chemical Brothers, and they have an awesome soundtrack on there, and Project Gotham Racing. So those were the 3 games that I was interested in at the time. So that was pretty cool. And then I remember that we got a huge discount on the system as well, right along with the games. So anyway, sorry for the noise in the background. But anyway, sorry about that, family. So I pre-ordered those games, and I remember that we had a Devil May Cry booth set up as well at the time, which was really nice. I was, experienced Devil May Cry for the first time, so that was pretty cool. But I have with me, because I think I showed them already when I did my first podcast that didn't turn out so well, but that's okay. My first podcast, I showed like a few games that over the years I collected to play on my original Xbox. So I'll share some with you right now. So SSX Tricky was one of my favorites that I played hours and hours on. I love Zoe. She was my main fave in the game. That's her right there. So I always would play as her or Mac. And I believe there was another character that I played as that I really liked. I like the dude in the fro. Eddie, I think that's his name. So yeah, he is pretty cool. But yeah, this game brings back a lot of memories. So this game was pretty cool to play at the time. I used to have Jet Set Radio Future, but unfortunately I got rid of it, which was a dumbass move, but it happens. So that was one of my favorite games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. I have some other Tony Hawk Pro Skater games on other consoles, but this was one of the games that I've played on. Back in the day, I would play on this for hours and hours and hours. But Tony Hawk's my boy. I love these games, even BMX games. I love BMX, like Matt Hoffman. That was another game I played, I believe, on the Dreamcast at the time. So yeah.
Did you ever
and Dave Mirra?
Like Dave Mirra's freestyle? Yeah.
Yeah, I played Dave Mirra too. Let's see what else. Halo. Okay, so here's Halo Combat Evolved.
Did you ever get a chance to play?
Go ahead,
Did
babe.
you ever get a chance to play Kelly Slater
No, I did not.
from the same Tony?
No, I did not. I was aware of the game being out at the time, but no, I did not get a chance to play Kelly Slater, unfortunately. But he's a badass surfer. That's my boy. I love Kelly Slater. Oh my goodness. Hold on, you guys. I think I'm sorry if everything is looking scrambly. It's like off and on. Maybe it's just my phone. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, got this upside down. So Halo Combat Evolved was actually the first game I put in the original Xbox when I got my Xbox and everything. I kid you not. When I got home from work, it was like 5, I think, in the evening, and I was playing the crap out of this game. I didn't go to bed till 5 in the morning. I kid you not. I had like my own little party, Halo party, and just partied all by myself playing this game. So this was a awesome experience, playing the original Halo, and freaking hyped out discovering that you could freaking use the Covenant's vehicles and all that. So that was another like mind-blown thing I remember experiencing, and their weapons, of course, and fighting all the brutes. Oh my gosh, and the everywhere, the grunts. So yeah, awesome experience. Here's Mad Dash Racing. I just mentioned this game in the beginning, so this is Mad Dash. What's up, Dank? Thank you so much for stopping by, brother. It's good to see you. So yeah, Mad Dash Racing was one of my favorites. I played hours of, and it's an on-foot game. It's basically like Mario Kart, but on foot. You get to throw items at the different opponents in the game. So yeah, and the soundtrack's off the chain. So yeah, this was one of my favorites as well. And FYI, all my original Xbox games do not have scratches on them. So yeah, I take care of my stuff. I'm one of those people. So I have another friend back home in Alaska that's worse than me, actually. He like makes you put on gloves. I'm like, you're ridiculous. I don't know if he's still that way, but he was a mess. Unreal Championship. Now, I played this game for hours. Babe, have you ever played Unreal Championship? Spooky. Oh, he's probably not there. Anyway, so I played this game for hours. So this game was off the chain as well. One of my favorites. And I'm hoping that they bring this game back. That would be awesome. So hopefully they bring that back. Let's see. All right. Dink Nate. Thank you again, brother, for stopping by. And all the lurkers watching. Dead or Alive 3. This was another one that I played hours of. I believe this is when they introduced Christy and some other fighters. Christy's the assassin, and she has the snake style that I love. So if you don't know what snake style is, that's when they're like this, you know, like a snake, like a cobra. But yeah, I love her style. I like the Drunken Master style too. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, I played this for hours. In another game, Uno Momento.
I will be back in 2 seconds. I've got a sort of situation out here with kids.
Uh-oh, okay.
I'll be back.
No, it's all right. Take your time. Another game that I did not finish, actually, I think I was halfway through it, is Splinter Cell. So Splinter Cell, I played hours of, but it was one of those games, because I think I still remember where I was at in this game. I was like in a hallway, and most of it was dark, but there was some lighting. So I remember I was in the hall trying to sneak inside some room or something, but that's where I left off. So I love me some Sam Fisher. I haven't played every Splinter Cell game, but this one was definitely memorable. So yeah. Max Payne. How could you forget Max Payne? Max Payne, I believe, was the very first game to introduce bullet time, I believe. And then they had some other game, I believe, that had some bullet time in it as well. And then that started becoming a trend. And, you know, some of these gaming companies, you know, added it to some other games, you know, throughout the years. So Max Payne was definitely a game to, like, never forget and very memorable. I used to have the second one, but the same friend I was talking about that lives back home actually jacked my Max Payne 2. So I used to own that one, but I got to get that one again. But anyway, this was one of my favorites. I love this game. I didn't even see the movie though. I heard it was okay. Now here's a game not many people have heard of. It's called Kakuto Kojin. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but this is a very unique fighting game. It's one of those fighting games where if you hit an opponent, their clothes rip off. Not completely, but just enough. In the mechanics.
Oh my.
In the
That's what I
mechanics.
return to, love. You say clothes being ripped off.
Oh gosh.
You hear this, people? I duck away for a second to sort my kids out, and then I'll come back. The first words I hear is clothes being ripped off.
Oh my god. Start making me. You're gonna start making me blush. Stop it. Damien's, hopefully I pronounced that right, says, I just picked up Max Payne from a thrift store recently. Never played it. Dude, you are going to enjoy Max Payne if you like shoot 'em ups. And the bullet time effect is awesome, where you just slow down in the air. You like Matrix, basically, like the Matrix. So it's in dodging bullets. Come on now, like that game is sick. And then of course Max Payne 2 was even better. And I have not touched, I haven't experienced Max Payne 3 yet. I still got to play that one. So I'm looking forward to that whenever I can get it. But Kakuto Kojin, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but close enough, is one of those beat 'em ups where, like I was saying before, you hit an opponent and part of their clothes come off. Very awesome game. and the music is very catchy and addicting. It sticks in your head. This chick right here, I can't think of her name, but I played her mostly as out of the females. And of course they have a Bruce Lee. There's always a Bruce Lee in a fighting game, or someone that, you know, resembles Bruce Lee. I kind of played him off and on, but Kakuro Kojin, you gotta try and find this game and play it. It's awesome. Really, really awesome. Okay. Next game. Oh wait, this is a demo. This is when they were introducing Dead or Alive. This was one of those demos that was like, you know, that you give your magazines, your Xbox magazines. Yes, I kept a few demos. So yeah, I was one of those people. But yes, so this is what it looked like actually. It's very cool looking. So this is the disc. This is what it looks like. It's like a little mirror effect to it. But that's what it looked like. This one doesn't have any scratches on it either. Oh, that's another game. I just seen another game pop up on my screen that I'm showing on my page, because the little video I'm showing on my page is showing a whole bunch of different original Xbox games that came out. And Breakdown, I don't have it. I don't think I have it on me, but I do have. It's probably in my closet still. But Breakdown is one of the games I also have. Awesome game. And here's some other. Lemon. Welcome, sir. So good to see you. Thank you for stopping by, brother.
Good, Brother Lemon.
I'm just going through some games, Lemon, that I grew up playing on the original Xbox. So, again, excuse the noise in the background. You know how family is. They be loud. So, anyway. So, here are a few of the Xbox demos that I received from the magazines. Here's one with Final Fantasy. You know what? Real talk, I don't think I even touched this one. I think I just left it in there. I think. I could be wrong. I might have checked it out one time and just put it back. Be like, oh, that's it. Then here's Def Jam, Fight for New York. I played the crap out of that demo. Never owned the game, though. But they need to bring that game back for real. It was fun. Oh, so that's right. It has a list of the demos on here. So this has Def Jam, Fight for New York, Silent Hill 4, The Room, Blinks 2, Second Sight, Colin and McRae Rally 2005, Galleon. I probably said that wrong. And then they got some other stuff on here. Video Showcase, Halo 2, GoldenEye, Rogue Agent, Doom 3, Mortal Kombat Deception, Tron 2.0 Killer App, and Fight Club. Some other things. So, yeah. And then here's another demo that I saved. Dead or Alive Ultimate, when they were introducing that. So that was another game. Yeah. So those are a few demos that I saved. And let's see, the last two here. Halo. I miss Blockbuster. I got this from Blockbusters. Halo 2. And it was $10 basically, previously played, yeah. So it was used. And then Silent Hill 2. I don't think I even beat this game. I think I was like in the hall with a pyramid head. What'd you say, babe?
That's a good game. They need to remaster the trilogy, Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3.
I think they were thinking about it, but it might be up in the air. I think it's on pause, but I think they were in talks.
HD, on the 360, they did the HD remaster of 2 and 3.
They did.
I'd like to see the trilogy redone.
Mm-hmm. Woman says you never gave it back. That interest will be nuts. Oh gosh.
Yeah, you ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong. She's had it for a while. They're out of business now. She don't know nothing. No interest for business that doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, I didn't beat this game. I didn't beat it, but I think I was like in the hall with a pyramid head or something. I love the pyramid head, actually. And the nurses. Out of the enemies, those are my favorites. They look pretty cool. But, yeah. Awesome game. But when I was working at the gaming store, at the time, we got a discount. And instead of paying like $500, I think for the 3 games, the system, and then I think I got like an HDMI cord, I think, and a controller. I think I got a controller with it. I think everything came to like 300 and something with the discount that I got. So I was like, heck yeah, man. So yeah, then I remember this dude, he's like a grandfather. He came in and bought 3 original Xboxes for his grandkids. 3. And he even bought them, I think, 3 games each. I was like, dang, this dude is packing. So he was like, I think, our biggest sale at the time when I was working at the gaming store. So Lemon says Blockbuster coming for you and going to use that money to start their version of Netflix. Oh, no, you didn't. Hey, you never know. They might be the Xbox Game Pass in disguise. No, I'm joking. No, but anyway. No, but yeah, I used to go to Xbox. Not Xbox. Good Lord. Rewind. I used to go to Blockbusters for not just the snacks, but to rent games. I rented a lot of games from there. I think the last game that I bought from them before they shut down actually was Gears of War. I think the first Gears of War, I think. Damien says there is only one Blockbuster left and they barely can keep the lights on, let alone get a lawyer. Damn. I thought I heard that the last one closed though, but I could be wrong. I thought I read somewhere where it finally shut down, but again, I could be wrong. You know how people be making things up on the internet. But so those are a few games that I played on. There's more. I don't know where I think the rest are boxed up somewhere. But I just wanted to show like a few of my original Xbox collections that I played at the time. And I think I got rid of Project Gotham Racing, I think I got rid of that game because I played the crap out of it. And then I was kind of getting bored of it. And I think they came out with a second one. But I didn't play the second one, just the original. Graphically, back in the day with the original Xbox, I think it was one of those things where we thought it was cool. You know, that was the thing. Now it looks different. Everything looks all kind of like blocky and, you know, crazy looking. But back then we thought it was the ish. You know what I mean? So graphics have come a long, long way console wise. Don't you agree, babe?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they've come a long, long way. And it's very fascinating to see how much realism that they are bringing into the games nowadays. It's insane. I showed one of my family members a game on YouTube, and I think something I wanted to get my niece and nephew, and they were like, "Wait, those are not real people?" I said, "No. That's the game. They're, you know, it's just the technology is advanced now, you know, and they have them put on those suits and, you know, capture them, you know, all that stuff." And they're like, what? Even especially you can see it when you play the sports games like basketball, football, soccer. The realism, blah, blah, blah. The realism is like off the chain now, like, and it's going to be even better, like in the future. I can see it. So this is nothing. What we're seeing right now, this is nothing. So Lemon says yes they do. Did you hear the new one? Phil Spencer needs to be fired. You are too much. So your family had the same reaction. Yeah. Yeah, the graphics have changed like over the years, and it's really insane. Like, even as a kid growing up, I've noticed, like, not a lot of kids would care about graphics growing up, but I'm a very detailed person and can tell the difference with how things have changed graphically through games, playing them growing up, from the handhelds in general, the Game Boys or, whatever. The Sega Game Gear that I used to own, but I let somebody borrow it, never saw it again. Let's see, Dank says, the future of gaming, I can only imagine with where it's going. Oh, dude. I was talking to my love Spooky here about that yesterday, actually. We were, like, pondering on guessing, like, maybe they'll make the Xbox in stick form, like a Fire Stick. And you just use like an Xbox controller and just, play it off the TV, something like that. And you can get the games app-wise, like we are now, off the TV and just, play it that way. And then Spooky also mentioned VR. Like, it'll be cool to see VR technology on the Xbox. Because we're also talking about, features that we would like to see added onto the Xbox as well. But yeah, who knows how far the graphics are going to go. And I have a feeling, because of how far technology has come, we might be dead by the time this happens. But it might go as far as what's that movie? What's it called, babe? Ready Player One? So it might...
Ready Player One.
Yeah, it might go as far as that in the future. We might be gone by the time they come out with those kind of... that kind of technology, but they can go there if they wanted to. You know what I mean? So we got the technology for it. We got the brains. So, for real, we gonna be dead, D-E-D, dead by the time they come out with those graphics, okay? I'm just saying. That's gonna be insane. That would be cool to see something happen before we die, but who knows? As I said, the graphics keep advancing over the years, so who knows? This is just the beginning. In my eyes, this is just the beginning. So, Mr. Too Soon says, hey, first time viewer, love this whole setup, love the Malcolm is walking on the bottom. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm ready for the fall, the spooky season. But yeah, we're just hanging out talking about the original Xbox, like our experiences. That's all we're talking about right now. And I just got done sharing Mr. Too Soon about games that I played on the original Xbox that I loved and adored at the time. I just wish I didn't get rid of Jet Set Radio Future. That was one of my faves. I don't know what I was thinking getting rid of that game back then. Even if I got tired of playing it, I should have still held on to it, for memories. But at least I have Jet Set Radio on Dreamcast, so that's good. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I just heard it go off in my ear. Thank you so much for the follow. Let's see, Lemon says, Unreal Engine 5 looks insane. Now wait till we get the first game. Oh, man. For real. Let's see, that controller was huge, but I love the original. Okay, for real. Like, I remember holding on to the original Xbox controller, called the Duke. And I was like, how the heck? I'm looking at my hands, looking at the controller, looking at my hand, looking at the controller. I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to hold this thing? I'm like, this thing's a weapon. I'm all tapping it on stuff. I'm like, but yeah, that controller is huge, and they of course brought it back. But yeah, I think the first time that I used the controller, I got like a cramp on my hand because I was all trying to reach the buttons. I'm all like, try to reach the buttons and crap. But yeah, and then it's like the more you played on the Xbox, the more you held the controller, the more you got used to it and your hands adjusted. So that was great. Okay, for real. Just yeah, for real. Unfortunately, because I love wrestling, I don't think I even, now that I think about it, let's see, what did I think?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
I had to push that. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I even played any wrestling games on the original Xbox, I don't think. Now that I think about it, and I played like demos and stuff, but I don't even own any wrestling. Oh wait, I do own one. But I think I downloaded it from, you know, when we were on Xbox One. It was one of those Games of Gold things. But yeah. Mr. Too Soon says, big wrestling fan, ECW, WCW, AEW, WWF. All right. Right on. That's awesome. My love Spooky here introduced me to AEW. So I'm slowly but surely getting into that. I'm still trying to get used to these wrestlers. He got me into CM Punk. CM Punk is pretty cool. Now, back in the day, I grew up with freaking China. May she rest in peace. That was my girl. Out of the women. Who else? Let's see. Hulk Hogan. Years later. Too soon. I know. Excuse me. Yeah, China was. I don't even want to talk about China because I'll get all choked up talking about my girl, man. She's been through a lot. Let's see who else. So I'll just name some that come to me. So Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, The Rock. Let's see who else. The Undertaker. And there's some other ones I can't think off the top of my head right now because my mind's a mess right now. But there are so many inspirational wrestlers that I grew up watching and being entertained by when I was a kid. Now today's wrestling, I'm still trying to get used to these modern day wrestlers because I'm not watching wrestling as much as I used to because, you know, there's other things I watch and, you know, I'm working or whatever, but I can still take the time to watch those. So let's see. Oh, you guys are naming some wrestlers. Let's go. Yes, Goldberg was one of them. Lemon, Macho Man. Yes. Jake the Snake. Yes, I've heard of him. Mr. Too Soon says China was dope. Did you see that last documentary? No, I didn't. That documented her last day is so messed up. Yeah, don't get me started. And Stephanie with the WWE Real Jerks. Yeah, don't get Spooky started on that either. We've talked about that. But my love here has like more knowledge on what went down with that. He's even told me stuff I didn't even know. I'm like, are you kidding me? So, yeah. Lemon says they don't have the personality like those guys of yesterday. Things have changed. You know that dude, what's his name?
There is a new Rowdy Piper though.
Oh.
There is one guy that a new guy that's come along that reminds me of the old guys that has that charisma in that. He's in AEW too. And I think he's the next big thing in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. He is freaking brilliant. He reminds me so much of a young Rowdy Piper. It's not funny.
Babe, what's the name of that wrestler again? The one I told you I discovered on The Real World, but he's a wrestler now.
Miz.
Okay, so The Miz. I discovered The Miz watching The Real World because I was one of those Real World people that watch it on MTV. Just in case you don't know what The Real World it was one of those shows where people lived together and it was on MTV and they would get jobs and stuff like that. So you would just like watch like how they interacted with each other. So The Miz I can't think of his real name right now, but he was on The Real World. And I remember that he mentioned he wanted to become a wrestler. And they actually surprised him, and he went and took some wrestling lessons and stuff, and he kept convincing everybody, his roommates, that yeah, I'm gonna be a wrestler one day, just you watch. He was all like determined and driven. And then I remember watching that, and then years later I saw him on TV and I was like, wait a minute, that's the dude from The Real World. I was like, oh my gosh, I was The Miz. I was like, I know that dude. I was like, wow, he made it. I was like, good for him. I haven't really seen him in action yet, though. I heard he's all right. I heard he's good. He's okay. But I haven't seen him in action yet. So that's pretty cool to see his dream come true and become a wrestler. And so, yeah, that's really cool to see. Let's see. Let me catch up to your messages here. Okay, so Lemon says Undertaker. Oh yeah, Undertaker be cracking me up. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Where was I? Okay, Lemon says Undertaker. Then Mr. Too Soon says, oh yeah, it's way different from when we watch it till now current. And then Lemon says they don't have the personality like this guy. Okay, I read that part already. Okay. Mr. Too Soon says, oh my gosh, yeah, he is such a heel. He's really good, MJF. And then he says he knows how to get under people's skin. And then, yeah, The Miz, because I was trying to remember his name. Yeah, I miss The Rock as a wrestler. He was entertaining for real.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Let's go with the follow. One of my favorite shows, I'm an 80s baby. Hey, I'm an 80s baby too, so I'm with you right there. So
let's go. Let's rock the 80s.
Yes. I know.
Beat it.
You are so funny, babe. So yeah, wrestling. I love wrestling. That I haven't been watching these new wrestlers much, but I love Spooky here. He's been telling me about these wrestlers nowadays, and if they're good, if they're bad, and where to watch them, how to catch them, all that. And he's a wrestling buff, so he knows like more than me on these new wrestlers, even the old school ones. He's told me some stuff on the old school ones I didn't even know. Go ahead, babe.
If anyone wants to talk wrestling with me, I've been called a wrestling encyclopedia. I watch everything from WWE to AEW, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Wrestling, AAA in Mexico, All Japan. I can go back all the way to WCW in the NWA days. I still watch the new NWA that's run by Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan. MLW is another good one, which is run by an ex-WWE higher up. He started that promotion about 13, 14 years ago. There is so many. Stampede Wrestling back in the day, I used to watch that as well. Mm-hmm. And a lot of I've got footage all the way dating back to the old territory days. So yeah, I'm a very big wrestling aficionado.
Yeah, if you want to talk about wrestling, you can talk to my love Spooky about it, because he knows his stuff more than I do. So it's really fascinating when he tells me stuff about these wrestlers, even the ones from back in the day that I even know. So yeah, it's really cool. I can talk about wrestling all day and watch it all day. I love it. Let's see, Mr. Too Soon says, you sound like me. Your hubby is awesome. It's like listening to myself talking about wrestling. Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people, unfortunately, I think it's because it's so mainstream. They just want to talk WWE all the time. I'm like, yeah, come watch this, and then tell me WWE is good. Because don't get me wrong, the WWE is getting better now that Triple H is in control. He came up with NXT. That was his baby. He was running that for quite a while until they had the rebrand because of his heart issue he had. But he is a creative genius. He's actually finally got that company heading in the right direction. They've dropped the whole PG crap, which is about bloody time. So we might actually start getting controversial segments like Attitude Era days, which is good. It needs to be aimed at an older audience because the PG era ran its course and probably ran its course way too bloody long. But you want, from a pure wrestling standpoint, the best wrestling now, your top 3 companies have to be AEW, New Japan, and AAA. From a pure wrestling standpoint, the in-ring action in those 3 companies is undeniable. Like, the WWE style has got nothing on them. WWE from the big grand just sort of side of things, and well, nowadays with their storytelling getting back to being good like it once was, that's what they're sort of known for. You want your storytelling and everything. That's probably the place to watch. And as I said, it's starting to get good to watch again.
And hanging out with us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, sir. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
I hope you're healing up nicely. I hope you're healing up nicely too, brother.
Yes.
I hope that's coming along well and you're getting back on your feet if you're not already back on your feet, brother.
Yes, most definitely. It's always a pleasure having you, sir.
Need to be seeing you riding that beautiful motorbike of yours. Motorcycle. However people want to call it.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of motorcycles, I love Harleys. I love the way Harleys look, and I love Ninjas. Ninjas are like my favorite. I love the style of the Ninja motorbikes, man. They are beasts. They're beautiful. Like, I'm not an expert on motorcycles, but I do know what a Ninja looks like. Those things are sexy.
Yeah, they're nice. They're a nice looking bike.
Yes.
One time they were up there. It was one of the fastest bikes in the world, too.
Oh, really?
One stage. Yes, they were. Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. Lemon says, thanks, I'm trying to heal for real. Thank you. Oh, yeah, most definitely, sir. Yes.
That was at the time. That was at a time, too, that they... what was that bloody... There was this super bike that came out. It was called the...
Super bike.
The yeah, it was really fast. Like,
Excuse me.
Really fast. It was called the There's a number there, too. Something like that, but it was just unbelievably quick.
Wow.
Kind of left the Ninja in its tracks, like smoked the Ninja.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, there's some nice bikes out there. There is some really that's another thing I'm an enthusiast of is motorcycles. Whether that be road bikes or your dirt bikes, you know, that you ride on the dirt and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I've always loved motorbikes. I've always ridden motorbikes. I love motorbikes.
Oh, at least you've ridden one.
Get enough. Yeah, I've ridden Harleys. I've ridden
Listen to him
as well. That they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. But you just feel so free on a moto. Like, yeah, I mean. A lot of people will call them coffin on wheels, which they can be, obviously. I mean, not
yeah, I get it.
Protection if you come off.
Yeah.
But the thrill that you get on a motorbike, well, for me personally, there's nothing like it really. It's just the feeling the cool breeze and the freedom.
The wind in your hair.
Freedom. You just feel so fucking free.
The freedom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
But you can have a lot of fun on it, even on your the dirt motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much fun on them, like because you can build your own jumps and do some jumps, and I did that as a kid and teenager, and got down and dirty and grinding and broke bones. And
my cousin used to do that. Yeah, my cousin used to do that, and he put me on the back of his actually.
As they've always said for a long time, you know, you just got to dust yourself off and get straight back on. Because if you don't get straight back on, that's where you can run into some issues. And, you know, you get in your own hand and you might not ever get back on again. That happened to a friend of mine, not with motorcycles, but with surfing. He loved surfing. He was an awesome surfer. He got dumped really, really badly.
Oh.
Almost drowned, got taken under. and it spooked him. And he took a bit too long. I like to think to get up the courage again to get back in the water, and it just didn't happen. I mean, he'll go in the water, but yeah, he won't surf. He hasn't surfed again.
Bless his heart.
It really did a number on him. I had a couple of bad falls off a moto, you know, when I was younger and shit like that. But
yeah,
I healed and just got straight back on the bugger because I just loved it too much. I just had too much fun, you know. But you know, like anything, you can be having fun and things can go wrong and you can hurt yourself. So
oh yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is. That's just a part of life. Gosh, you can be in a car and you can feel safe and secure in a car, but you can end up in a really bad crash and, excuse language, but get fucked up.
Oh, you're fine, babe.
Like, it just happens. It just happens. You'd be riding a bicycle, fall off the bicycle. And
I've done that many times. Oh yeah, I always jacked my knees up when it came to the bike. I didn't care. I just picked myself up.
When old
kept going.
Your favourite guy, Tony Hawk, he's a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Breaks his ankles, but he heals up and gets straight back on the thing, you know?
Gosh, he's broken.
It might take him a bit longer these days to heal too, because I think it was just the start of this year he was walking around on bloody crutches because
he was
his ankle.
He was.
And, he's straight back at it now though. Now that he's walking and can ride and he's back, put weight on the foot and then he's straight back on that board.
Yes, you know? Most definitely.
That man's, tell me if I'm wrong, that man I'm pretty sure is in his 50s.
Yes, he is.
Now?
He is. He's
looks good for his age.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fit as a fiddle too. But you know he does a sport and wouldn't, not that he does it competitively anymore, but he does his hobby. You know, whilst fun, you can have accidents obviously on a skateboard and really fuck yourself up. So it's like anything. It's like anything. You just got to not be scared about it. And that's why I say to people, you know, live your life to the fullest.
That's right.
Don't be scared of nothing.
That's right.
Don't live your life in fear, and don't, because then you just gonna, if you live your life in fear or if you're scared of something, you're gonna miss out on some really cool shit.
That's right. That's right. That's for sure.
It's like me, like I like a lot of daredevil stuff. I like jumping out of planes, for example. I get told all the time, "What do you want to go up on a bloody perfectly good plane and jump out the motherfucker for?"
Gosh.
Because I like it. Right? There's this place I want to go in Nepal. You go right up high on these mountains, and you are so high that you are in some of the clouds, right?
Right.
And they have what they call, you got to take a run up and you jump off the motherfucker. It's called the leap of faith.
How appropriate.
That, like, it would be insane. Like, you're a decent height, so obviously that's, you know, you jump and you got to wait a little bit as you fall before you let your chute out.
Right.
But when you're initially falling, you can't see shit because you're falling through cloud.
Wow.
Until you get through that cloud. So I could understand for some people how that would be scary, and it's like the initial part of the free fall, because you can't see nothing other than cloud. But for a person like me that likes, I've got no problem with heights at all.
Yeah, me either.
I love being Daredevil staff. I used to do a lot of parkour and everything, you know, on rooftops and shit like that. Not so much anymore after what happened to me at the start of the year, but that's a different story. But no, I loved it. I loved the thrill of it, the excitement. You know, you're in situations like even downhill mountain biking. You put yourself in situations where, you know, one wrong move, it could be the end of you.
Yes.
But that's the thrill. That's the damn thrill, right? Is that you got your life in your hand. And it is a thrill for people. People get a thrill out of that. Mm-hmm. The excitement out of it. Like, ha, yeah, I just survived this. Others might have died. Like, you know, people have done that over Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have died. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people have done that too and died. Mm-hmm. You know, right back in the way back, they used to go over barrels and they just hit the rocks below. Mm-hmm. obviously, if you've calculated it all right and judged it right, you jump out far enough, you will land in the water. You won't land in the fucking rocks.
Oh my gosh!
There has been people that have successfully done it. I reckon that would be a bit of a. Don't get me wrong. It'd be a bit scary, but it would be a thrill. It would be a thrill. The only thing that'd be scary about it would be because of the rush of water, because that's a big ass waterfall, is getting caught in what I would like to call like a washing machine effect underneath the water.
Ah, yeah.
That apart from the rocks below, that would be the only other concern or thing that you'd really worry about. Other than that, you'd be pretty good. Because obviously, if you jumped out far enough, it is a deep enough part of water, so you've got enough room as you've gone down. Obviously, that's another thing when you're doing these. Even when people do cliff diving, you got to make sure
I've heard of those.
Otherwise, you're going to jump. Yeah, I've heard of people jumping off, and the water hasn't been. They've misjudged it, like how deep it is, and landed legs first. And obviously broken their legs or. Even worse, done damage to their spine.
Basically, they turn into a cripple.
It's always been, yeah.
That's
I've done cliff
awful.
diving before, love it. But it's always been at areas that are notable for the deep water. And so, because you're jumping from a height, and then you're coming down, so you need that room. You are going to go a decent way underneath the water. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it'd be like you're like a missile hitting the water, so to speak. Because you're falling down at speed. So yeah.
Wow.
You still got to judge it all right and everything like that. Because like this, the higher up you are, that water then becomes like concrete.
Right.
Even though it's water, so you got to make sure you land right and land there. Otherwise, you could land and just go smack. And you'd break a bone, or worse. So, there, again, like anything daredevil-wise like that, there is risks, obviously, but as long as you know what you're doing and you've got everything judged correctly and all that, I'd say a good 9 times out of 10, you're usually pretty right. You're usually pretty right.
Right. Hold on. Have you heard about this zip line that's in Hawaii? It's the largest zip line in the whole entire world, because it covers the whole entire island. And let's see, if I'm not mistaken, they said that if you would literally fall like at point A before getting to point B, they say it would take you like a whole entire week just to get to the other side if you fell and you had to walk it.
Yeah.
But they said when you go on that zip, I forgot how long they said the ride is, but it covers the whole entire area, the whole entire island, and you get to see everything. But it's the largest zip line in the whole entire world. I was like, dang, I would do that.
On that one day. I'm gonna add that to me bucket list.
Yeah.
Hey, what's good, Yago? Brother
Yay, Jago, welcome. Thank you so much for coming by, brother. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something I'd be keen on.
I've always wanted to try zip lining. Yeah, and the bungee jumping.
That would be actually really nice scenery to actually zip line across.
I've seen it on TV.
Down over it.
That
would be really nice.
Yeah, it looks beautiful because the woman that was doing it, she put a camera on her, I think on her head or something, one of those, I forgot what you call them, those cams, those sports cams. Yeah. And so she did it, right? She was zip lining and she was like turning her head where you can see everything. Oh, it was gorgeous. And she did it like in the evening. So the sun was like going down. Oh, it was, in your words, breathtaking. It was just gorgeous. I was like, I would so do that. And my sister's all looking at me like, you crazy.
While he's in here, we might as well. But Yago, what are you playing, brother? Put in the chat what you're playing this weekend so far. I always like to hear what you're playing, especially lately because you've been getting all those old 360 gems you've been picking up that aren't backwards compatible. You got that wet. I remember that game. That was a freaking awesome
I've been trying to get my hands on that game for years. I still have not touched that game. But I know her name is Ruby. And she's badass and she carries a gun and a sword. Oh my gosh. I gotta try and get that game. Don't have to work in the AM at 5:30, but I'm old and still feel like going to sleep.
You could go play the sleep game.
Oh my gosh. I'm still playing Remember Me. Oh, that's another game I wanted to play. Oh, see what I mean? There's like a huge list of games I have not gotten my hands on yet. Oh my gosh, that's another game I want to attack, but there's other games coming out at the time, so I was like, oh, let me play this. I'll get it when I can. Never happened. What were you saying, babe?
Oh, nothing. I was just singing the name of the game to the Seventh Heaven song.
You're so random. That's why I love him. Anyway, yeah. Jago, we were just talking about old school like Xbox games that you know that you played when the original Xbox came out, and your thoughts on how it was graphically and the experiences basically. Jago says, yeah, wet's like a Kill Bill video game. Yeah, it is. I've seen gameplay. Yeah. That game goes in. Ruby's badass, man. She is badass. That's my girl. Sometimes I would use her picture as a banner, like on Twitter or something. Once in a while. Eliza, yeah, I used to watch her on, I only watched a few episodes. What was it called? What was that show she was on? Was it called Dark something? No. I don't remember the name of that show she used to be on. It was on Fox. But she used to be, I think she used to be married to a basketball player, unless she still is. Eliza Jisku. But yeah, I like her. She's pretty cool. But yeah, that and I think at the time they were gonna come out. Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, she played on something else too, though. I can't think of the name of it. It was on Fox. Was it called Dollhouse? I could be wrong. It was kind of dark. Anyway, it'll come back to me later. I know she played on Buffy, but it was another show. She was like the main star of the show. Dollhouse. Yes. That's the show I was talking about. Thank you. So I watched a little bit of that show. I didn't watch all the episodes. I think I watched like 2 and that was it. But yeah, that's my girl. She's awesome. Yeah, Dollhouse. And they were supposed to make another Buffy movie. I used to watch the series, the TV series, and I still remember how Buffy went out. Oh, that was sad. But in the finale, yeah, they were supposed to make another, I think, movie or TV series with the original actors and actresses, actually. Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar. But yeah, Buffy was my show growing up. I used to have a crush on was it Spike? I used to have a crush on Spike. He was a mess. That was a long time ago, though. She was in True Calling with Jason Priestley. Oh, yeah. It was awesome, but it was only 1 season. Damn, that sucks. Buffy is still alive at the end of it. She is?
Might be an unpopular opinion, but you want to know what?
What,
I
baby?
Preferred, I hope I say her first name right. If it's Kirsty or Christy. I'm going to go with Christy. Christy Swanson is my Buffy the Vampire.
Oh, the one that was in the movie.
The one who was in the movie. I could not.
She was cool.
Get behind, or I could never get behind Sarah Michelle Gellar, let alone could I stand the fucking bitch. I just did not like her as Buffy.
Don't tell Freddie Prinze Jr. that.
Might be an unpopular opinion with people, but I Yeah, might be an unpopular opinion with people, but I preferred the movie version with, the one with Luke Perry in it and shit like that. Yeah.
And you know what? Honest.
I agree, Yago. You know what? Sorry to cut you off, babe. I agree, Yago. That was the only reason I watched Buffy the TV series was for bloody Spike, man. James Masters stole the damn show. Like, his character was so damn funny and like you could just get behind, badass, like, and smart ass. I just loved him.
He was very cheeky.
I wish he got his. I know they did the spin-off with Angel, but I actually wish they'd done a spin-off with Spike, because I just think it would have been a funny show.
I heard
the been one laugh after the fucking.
What's the guy's name that plays Angel?
David Byron.
Yeah, I heard he's not a nice guy. In reality,
no, he's been known from a few cast of Bones. He's been known to be a bit of a diva.
You know what? It's funny you said that, because when my sister got married, the lady that actually did our makeup for my sister's wedding, she actually did his makeup. I think in LA or something like that. She asked me if I knew who he was. I said, oh yeah, he played on that show Angel. She says, yeah, that dude. She was like, he's actually not that nice of a guy. And I was like, are you serious? I thought he was awesome. Oh, I did too, until I met him. And she said the same thing. She was like, I'm not trying to be mean, but he's kind of like a diva. And I was like, are you serious? She says, yes. And then she told me some situation that happened when he had to get his makeup done on set or something, and he was like somewhere else when he was supposed to be, where he was supposed to be, and he wasn't there, and she was all trying to hunt him down and stuff, and he got an attitude. I was like, what? I was like, that's unfortunate. I thought he was a badass too. She said, I did too, until I met him, and I had to do his stuff. I was like, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Oh yeah, and he was Yago. He was because do you remember Yago in Angel where he's Spike's tied to the building, like
yeah,
the damn building, and like he's kind of like a ghost in a sense. Like,
yeah. I remember that.
He was getting annoyed because he couldn't leave.
He was trying to find ways to escape. Yeah,
to get out. I think they figured it out how to unbind him though.
Yeah.
In the end, from it.
Hold on, let me get caught up here. Daniel says that they have a whole comic series that goes after the end of Angel and Buffy, and I didn't know that. And some specific Spike series too. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Jago says, loved Angel. Spike shows up in the last season or two, and then Spike shows up in Angel after Buffy ended. I thought Buffy died though, because I saw that she sacrificed herself to save her sister, I think. I thought she died. I guess not. Maybe there's a episode I missed and she lived. Yeah, I've seen Angel the whole series. Probably 8 times. Go ahead, babe. What were you going to say?
No, just like, go ahead, Yago. He loves himself some Angel.
Yeah.
That's anything I didn't like. The Angel series though.
What, babe?
That ending. Well, the ending was shit.
Well, okay, so how did it end? Because I didn't see the finale or the
big war with the fucking devil and everything, and the devil they made look really cool. He was like really fucking huge, and you see him walking up the fucking stairs, and then it goes to black.
You see Angel going up the stairs, and then it goes to black.
You see a bunch of them going up the stairs to go into war. Like it was going to be a full-blown war.
Right.
And then it goes.
That's it?
It goes to black, yeah.
So it just leaves you with a cliffhanger. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah, I don't remember if it was because Angel. I'm pretty sure Angel did get cancelled.
It did.
It didn't that was meant to actually finish. But that's how it finished. Now, there's people I've talked to said the comics continue the story on, like they play out that war, the battle, the last battle. I thought the way that they had the show end, I'm like, really?
How How annoying.
Not even gonna get to see the big ass war.
That's crazy. That's just oh Lord. That's like as upsetting as it was for me with this is random, just throwing it out there because it was one of my shows, Walker Texas Ranger. How the finale on that happened. They were in the courtroom, they won a case. Walker is telling his, I don't know if they are already married or they were going to get married, tells his girl, I'll just say girlfriend, or his fiance, I'll just say fiance, say, hey, I meet you at the bar, to go celebrate, That's what they do every time they won a case. They would go celebrate at the bar. And he's like, okay, so you see Walker walking out of the building, right? Then you see this guy walking into the courthouse. He goes, Walker! And he starts shooting around, right? Just shooting. And the next thing, the freaking camera pans on Walker's fiance. She looks down and you see her shot in the stomach. I'm like, all these seasons that he saved her tail, she's just now getting shot in the finale. And then you see the cops, the two cops that are, two of, I guess they're kind of like the main stars as well. They kind of look at her all slow. And then she collapsed like to the ground, and then you see the freaking camera going in a circle above her body, and that's how the freaking Walker Texas Ranger finale ended. I was so pissed. Oh, are you kidding me? I was like, oh. Well, I'm still mad about that, and that was like years ago, because that was my show, and I loved how he was always saving her and stuff. She can kick ass too, like she was tough. But I was hella mad. I was like, he saved her all these years, all these seasons, and she just now gets shot. Oh, I was pissed. Daniel says, Buffy ends with Willow casts a spell which awakens all potential slayers and they sink into a hell's mouth. Sunnydale is no more. Oh, I didn't know that. The ending was left open with Angel and the rest of the crew left alive going into probably the biggest battle they ever faced, and that's, oh yeah, I would have been hella mad too. Yeah, that's what Spooky was just saying. Yeah, I would have been hella mad too. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. But yeah, I don't. That's the unfortunate part when it comes to these shows, these TV shows that we're so into. Like you anticipating the finale of it, but when it gets to the finale, it's like, oh, you want to feel satisfied with it, but when it's left half-assed, it's like, that's it, like, because you want to see more. Like, that's it? You're joking, right? Waited this long. What's up, Back? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. But yeah, that's why I don't. The con part of finales is you've been waiting this long to see it end and be satisfied with it, but when it's left open like that, it's like, that's it? That, like, really? We waited all this time for this? For half-assery? Oh no, see. That. But yeah, that's how I felt with Walker Texas Ranger, like how that ended. I was hella mad. I'm still mad how that ended. And then they came out with a new version of it, which I haven't been watching, but yeah, I don't even know how that's going. But people seem to like it. Jago says, Back, what's up, brother? And then Jago says, I so wanted another season of Angel. I was pissed how it ended. I don't blame you. Yeah, after finding out how that ended, I see why you're mad. Yeah, I would have been pissed too. That sucks. Now, there's another show that I used to watch back in my high school days that they're actually gonna bring back, but instead of the 70s show, I believe it's called the 90s, I think it's called the 90s show, or that 90s show, or something like that, but they're supposed to bring back the original cast. I didn't really see how the 70s show ended. I had to look it up. So I guess Eric went away. If you guys got into that show, I guess Eric went away or something. I don't know why he left Donna, but I think Donna ended up with one of his friends, I think, after Eric left. but I don't know how that ended or how that turned out. But I saw he came back, I don't know how many months later or years later, and I think it was like New Year's or whatever. But anyway, I heard that was kind of an emotional episode, the finale on that one. But anyway, that's another show that I'm excited to see come back, but except it's going to be titled differently. But I love that cast, the 70s show. I used to be heavily into that show back in my high school days. And I used to watch freaking Family Guy, South Park, Cartman. His voice is so easy to do. I used to do a lot of Cartman voices in high school. There's tons of shows I used to watch, but that I will still watch till this day. But yeah, lots of good memories there. Lots of good memories. Spooky, is there anything you want to add on, love?
I'm just trying to think at the moment. I've been enjoying the Lord of the Rings show.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I've only seen the movies. The movies rock.
Yeah, I have been enjoying that. So people that are Lord of the Rings fans, I suggest to get into that because the production value is actually really good, and so far so is the acting and the story I've been enjoying. So no, that's been a really cool show. And last night I binged the latest season of Cobra Kai, which was fantastic.
Oh, don't tell me. I haven't watched it yet. I gotta watch this last She-Hulk episode that came out this week. I gotta watch that too. So Cobra Kai I've been waiting for, so I'm definitely getting into that.
It was really, really good. And I'm looking forward to season 6 now.
Good. Yeah, I gotta try and binge watch it.
Because they've announced that there's going to be a season 6 and possibly season 7, and they're also looking at doing a couple of spin-offs as well.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because the main show, I think, is probably going to end either on the 6th season or 7th season, and then there'll be some spin-offs with some of these newer characters, the kids, to continue on, obviously, the Karate Kid franchise.
Awesome. Okay, you guys. Hold on, let me... looking for something on my phone.
I would have liked to see at least one more season to give it a better rounded ending for Angel. I think that's what really annoyed me. I actually thought that was the better series out of it in Buffy, to be quite honest, from a TV series point of view.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. Okay, look. I grew up watching Quantum Leap. Okay, Highlander. I grew up watching all those type of shows. When I saw Quantum Leap, I lost my ish, okay? I need to...
Yeah, isn't that coming back?
Yeah, this dude is Asian, I think. The one that's the main character.
Yeah.
So, Jago says, did you guys see that Quantum Leap reboot premiere September 19th? Okay, I didn't even know when it was going to premiere. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, remember the original with Scott McCool? Yeah, man.
Yes, I love Quantum Leap. That was one of my shows.
Hopefully this new one's going to be good, because that's actually a really good series to rejuvenate, to be quite honest.
Yes.
It'd be good if the acting and the story is good. It'll be good for newcomers to get into. It's a really cool show.
I love that. And Highlander.
What's up, Cyber?
Cyber. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Unfortunately, I'm about to end my pod. No, but Highlander. I was really into Highlander back in the day, too. Oh my gosh, I love that show. I actually watched it with my mom. My mom loved Highlander.
After the movies, they had a really crappy TV series that didn't last too long, too.
Oh, I know.